Depending on what kind of AI creative you are, you may spend a lot of your time creating sort of raw content like videos and animation and music and things like that, and then perhaps handing it over to a video editor, assemble it into a story or a finished product that you would then share on social media or whatever. Or maybe you act as your own editor and have the need for video editing tools, some of which may use AI to make some of those processes easier. So if you're assembling a lot of your footage for use on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, you might be able to benefit from some of these tools, and that's why I share them from time to time, even though they aren't explicitly about creating the AI-generated content. It is still about helping you put it together in a way that can entertain or inform people. Today's video is sponsored by Flexclip, which is one of these video editors, and they've got a few tools that they'd like me to share with you today because these are things that come up in the editing process that you sometimes wish, boy, I wish there was just a quick, easy way to do this without having to know a lot of complicated things. So let's take a quick look at Flexclip so you get a general idea of what it is, and then I'm going to share these particular features with you, and then you can play with them if you want. And by the way, you'll know if this video is for you right away. Are you an editor? Do you create? Do you find yourself editing videos sometimes? Would you like to make that process a little easier? And would you at least like to know what's out there and how it might benefit you? If so, stick around, see if this is for you. At its core, Flexclip is a tool to help you create videos using AI, and then editing them together and getting them ready to post. And if you followed this channel or any AI channel, you've probably seen a lot of these, and you may start to think they all kind of look alike, which I agree, they do, because there are similar needs out there in the marketplace. So each one of them brings their own expertise to the table in hopes that their offering gives you the results they're looking for. So you might be familiar with tools like AI Video Generator, AI Auto Subtitle, AI Text-to-Speech and Translation, and an AI Video Script, and those types of tools. Flexclip adds the ability to record your own voice right inside the platform, so you don't need an external audio editor and then have to upload that audio. Same things with recording screen grabs or webcams. You no longer have to use a third party and then bring that footage in. Flexclip allows you to do it right within the platform, and that's something that sets it apart from some of the other platforms. If you've never seen an AI video generator before, let me just give you the general idea. In this case, I'm going to click AI Video Generator, and you have two choices here to generate the video. AI text-to-video generates videos from a text prompt. You just give it an idea and it will generate the video for you, or article or URL to video. So you could link to an article that's posted online. It would take that information and create a video out of it. Let's take a look at the AI text-to-video. And I apologize for the leaf blowers. They love it when I record videos. They really love it. So for example, 5 ways to eliminate leaf blowers from the planet. And I'll just click generate. Here we go. Leaf blowers are noisy and disruptive machines that disturb the peace of the neighbors. And here's a guy whose peace is being disturbed. One way to eliminate leaf blowers is to switch to using rakes and brooms. So, for example, this isn't a picture of a rake and broom, but it does show this person's frustration. But I would probably want to replace that media by clicking replace media and looking for the word rakes and hitting search and replacing that video and making any changes to the script and so on. I think you get the idea. This is pretty similar methodology for a lot of these platforms, and this is another one that does it. After it generates these scenes, and they're the way you like it, you would click Add to Timeline, and then you'll have more editing ability in their built-in editor. Here you have access to all the clips, all the captions. You can change and edit everything in there. Change the music, and then of course export a final product. So to show you these features, let's click on create a video up here. We'll go ahead and choose 16:9. Here's where I would import media if I wanted to from up here, but for right now I'm just going to use media that we can access as part of this platform. If I click down here to videos, we have access to stock footage. So what I'm going to do here is first I'm going to demonstrate their green screen capability. You're most likely familiar with the concept of green screen, but just in case you're not, I'm going to show you how easy it is here. So first of all, let's get a background image that we're going to put a green screen image on top of. So for example, the ocean. All right, something like this is what I'm thinking. Add as a scene, and there it is. So now we want something to put on top of that ocean and use the green screen capability. I'm going to do a search for jump into water. Scroll down. Here we have a whale that is clearly jumping in and out of water. Here we have like a dolphin. Let's just choose the whale. And this button right here says add as layer. So I'm just going to add it as a layer, and I'm going to place it just here on the screen wherever I'd like. You'll see down here on the timeline that it's lined up to the beginning of the clip. Just choose that clip and click on the green screen button. At that point, we can choose green, or we can click this eyedropper to get exactly the current color, which is what I generally like to do. I click on that and it all disappears, and when we scroll to where the whale is, we can see how the chroma key is doing. We've got way too much of a green outline here, so we're going to want to up the intensity until that outline goes away, but doesn't eat into the image. So right about there is the sweet spot. And now if we scroll back and play the video, there you go. Amazing. You may not want to be playing with whales and dolphins, so let's do something a little bit more practical. I'm going to click down here and delete this from the timeline. Let's get a different background, like office. There's a video of an office in the background, and let's bring in another green screen video. I'm just going to click on upload file. Just choose this video here. Rare footage of me wearing a suit. You won't tell people I know. I'll add this one as a layer. I'll scroll into the video a little bit, and I'll size it appropriately so that I'm more of a talking head. Click on green screen, choose the eyedropper, click here, play with the intensity, and there I am. Now you'll see also at the beginning of this clip there's this black space here, so I'm going to double click that clip, and now I have more control over this clip where I can actually trim off that black part. Maybe move this over to the beginning, and then we see the video superimposed on top of it. Basic chroma key stuff. If you enjoy exploring these types of topics, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, because we update the channel with videos at least twice a week, sometimes much more than that, and we're always covering topics like this with creative AI and fun ways to use the tech. So subscribe, click the notify bell so you'll know when I release a video, and if you really want to dig deeper into this, consider checking out our AI Essentials membership, where you can get even more in-depth, over-the-shoulder looks at what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, and how you can do it too. All right, let's get back to what we were talking about. Let's clear this out and do another one. Let's find another video. I'm going to stick with my jumping in the water theme. Jump into the water. Let's scroll down and find somebody actually going for it here. Okay, this is good. Excellent. So I'm going to just drop that in, add it as a scene. Now I'm going to show you a couple of the other features they'd like us to share. One of them being freeze frame. So you know how sometimes someone's in action and then they suddenly freeze, and then there's maybe a voiceover, and then they continue? Well, that's what this allows you to do. So let's scroll to a place in the video where it seems like that would be a good effect. So he's jumping off, and maybe right there, we do a freeze frame where he contemplates his actions, because maybe that water is like 20 degrees. I don't know, although there's other psychopaths in there. All right, so we're going to just right mouse click right there where we are, and we're going to click on freeze frame. And it automatically creates a still image that now we can adjust the length of that just by dragging the edge of it. So we play it from the beginning. And it was then I questioned my decision-making abilities. Why am I here? Right, something like that. So this is a great way to show you their reverse feature, because what's funnier than jumping out of water backwards? So this guy's jumped into the lake and he's regretted his decision. So let's just take this clip. I'm going to right mouse click it. I'm going to click on duplicate. I'm going to right mouse click on that duplicated image and click on reverse video and let it process. And now when I play this clip, the video is a little choppy because I'm recording too, but I think he's in the water too long before he jumps out. So we need to find that place in the clip right where he's in there, and let's trim that clip all the way back to that spot. Get rid of this. Make sure this is where we want it to be. Right there. That's cool. So I'm going to duplicate this clip and reverse it again. Now let's take a look. Just to show you, I'm going to export this and you'll see that it plays back much more smoothly. So we have all sorts of options. We can export it as a GIF if we want to. We got our frame rate and quality settings, high quality, recommended quality, frame rate even. We're going to keep everything as it is. Export the video. Very short, so it should not take a lot of time. And here's the finished video. Just as we would have expected. Fun for the whole family. The last feature I want to share with you is their AI video translation, which allows you to take your video, whatever language it's in, and convert it into just about any other language you can imagine. So let me show you how that works. I'll click AI Translator, and I'm going to translate audio to audio in this case. So the audio that I'm going to use is in English, and let's convert it to French. And any of you who speak French can tell us later how well this did. We'll just go with their default voice of Denise. We'll say to show subtitles. So I have uploaded a video already, which I've now added to the timeline in English.
Welcome. Today, we'll explore the fascinating link between...
So now we've got this English video. We've got the instructions to change it to French. So then we just click on translate and wait. And so after a few minutes, you'll notice that it's created this timeline for us with all the captions that are translated up at the top. And of course, we can click on any of those and go through and make edits or delete or whatever we need to do to those. Then we have the video itself. And down here, we have the translated audio. Now, you'll notice that it's broken it up over several different tracks here, and this gives you the flexibility to adjust timing, because you might notice here that there's actually like a little overlap. So this allows you to move these audio files over just in case there is overlap and make any timing changes you want so that they're not talking at exactly the same time, which can happen. For example, let's listen right here.
Indice sur notre génétique. Prédisposition.
See, she stepped right on top of herself there, but if I move it over just a little bit, and here's one that looks blatantly on top of it.
Et de dominance chez certains.
I'm going to go ahead and just move it here, and maybe it'll make sense, maybe it won't. But you get the principle that we have the ability to shift this stuff around. Now let's go back to the beginning and just take a peek at it.
Bienvenue. Aujourd'hui, nous allons explorer le lien fascinant entre les marques.
Now you might notice that the translated audio doesn't affect the lip movement. And we have to remember that this ability to have translated videos where the lips are actually moving in the other languages on real people is a pretty new technology, and not everybody's expecting that. We're very used to watching videos with lips moving one way and translations not matching that lip movement at all. I'm thinking Godzilla, for example. But if you'd like, I can show you a free hack to put lip sync on here. Videos of any length running on your computer. It doesn't cost you anything. You're going to need a pretty powerful CPU to do this, but do you want me to show you? Okay, I'm going to show you that in a second. So again, depending on what kind of content you create, this tool set might be right up your alley, or maybe you have an editor that you work with who would love a tool like this to make their job a little bit easier. Flexclip has free plans and then monthly paid plans as low as $10 a month. So I've left a link in the description. You can check this out to see if it solves any problems you might be dealing with in your workflow. Now let's take a peek at how to take that translated video and put the proper lip sync onto it. So the first thing we'll need is the video itself and the translated audio. So the first thing we'll do is export the video. For this example, I'm going to export it at 720p so that the lip sync process I'm going to share with you will go a little faster, but you can use whatever resolution you want and just click export. Now, once we have that video exported, now we want just the French audio. So I'm just going to click export again and choose audio and just choose MP3 high quality and click export. So now we're in our old friend Face Fusion. If you've never seen Face Fusion before, well, you haven't watched this channel enough. So this is a face swapping software that adds the ability to create lip sync with whatever audio you want. This video isn't going to be an in-depth tutorial on Face Fusion or how to install it or anything like that. I'll point to a video that will do that for you. But let's assume that you have this or are curious about how this process would work anyway. I've loaded it up, and because I have an NVIDIA card that has CUDA capabilities, I am going to choose that option and just pop this up here a little bit. Now we have this video that we exported from Flexclip. I'm just going to drop it in as the target video, and then we have this French translated audio, which I'm going to drop up here in source. I'm going to turn off the face swapper because we're not really swapping a face, but we are doing lip syncing. And then on top of the lip syncing, I want to add a layer of face enhancer. So here is our audio.
Bienvenue. Aujourd'hui, nous allons
and then here's our source video.
Welcome. Today, we'll explore.
So now let's click on Start. Now this process is going to take a while. This computer is running an NVIDIA RTX 3090 with 24 gigs of VRAM. Your results may vary, and quite honestly, depending on your hardware, you may not be able to even do this. But I have left a link to Pinocchio.computer in the description below, which is where you can download Face Fusion and lots of other AI software that we talk about here on this channel in a way that makes it a lot easier for a person who's not an expert in AI and machine language. After Face Fusion is run, here's what we get.
Bienvenue. Aujourd'hui, nous allons explorer le lien fascinant entre les marqueurs génétiques sur nos visages et notre génétiquement. Traits de personne.
I know it's not perfect, but it's low cost, free, and a great option for those of you with the computing horsepower to run it. I hope that this has been helpful and informative, and that some of these tools might be able to actually help you in your workflow if you don't already have quick and easy access to something like this. In the meantime, if creative AI is something that you're interested in learning about, whether it's AI animation, AI video, AI imagery, AI music, voice cloning, face swapping, any of that stuff, well, why not subscribe to this channel, because that's the kind of thing we cover here all the time.
If you subscribe now, I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you do not, I will look for you. I will find you. And I